The Secret to Success, a motivational story. By the Wordy Tales. It was a cool morning in a small town surrounded by green hills and sleepy fog. The sun was just waking up, painting the sky with streaks of gold. In that quiet place lived a young man named Arjun, a dreamer, a struggler, and a believer that life owed him something more than ordinary days and restless nights. Arjun had grown up hearing stories of people who achieved greatness: entrepreneurs, inventors, leaders, men and women who rose from nothing and built empires. He often sat on his small rooftop, staring at the stars, whispering to himself, "One day, I'll be successful too." But that day never seemed to come. He tried one business after another. First, a small food stall. It failed within weeks. Then, an online store. That too collapsed. Each time he failed, he convinced himself that the world was unfair, that luck was not on his side. His parents watched silently, worried for their son who was losing faith in himself. One evening, after yet another disappointment, Arjun went to see an old man known in town as Guruji. The man was a retired teacher, living alone near the forest's edge. People often came to him for advice, not because he was rich or powerful, but because he understood life. Arjun knocked softly on the old man's wooden door. "Come in," said a calm voice. Inside, Guruji was sitting near a small fire, brewing tea. His eyes were bright, though his face was covered with years of wrinkles. Arjun bowed slightly. "Guruji," he began, "I've failed again. I try so hard, but success never comes. I want to know, what's the secret to success?" Guruji smiled gently. "Ah, the question every soul asks at least once in life." He handed Arjun a cup of tea. "But before I tell you the secret, you must be willing to work for it." "I'll do anything," Arjun said eagerly. "Good." Guruji nodded. "Then meet me at the river tomorrow morning, before sunrise." The next day, Arjun arrived at the river, shivering in the cold mist. Guruji was already there, standing quietly near the water. "Come," the old man said, stepping into the river. Arjun followed. The water was freezing, but he kept going until they were waist deep. "Now," Guruji said, "take a deep breath and hold it." Arjun obeyed. Suddenly, the old man grabbed his head and pushed it underwater. Arjun struggled in shock, kicking and twisting, trying to break free. Just when he thought he would drown, Guruji pulled him up. Arjun gasped, coughing, desperate for air. "What are you doing?" he shouted. Guruji looked at him calmly. "When you were underwater, what did you want most?" "Air," Arjun shouted, still catching his breath. "Exactly," Guruji said softly. "When you want success as badly as you wanted that breath, you'll have it. That is the secret." Arjun stood frozen, realizing the truth hidden in those simple words. For the next few days, he couldn't stop thinking about what happened. When you want success as badly as you want to breathe, he began to see his failures differently. He realized he had wanted success for the rewards, money, fame, comfort, not for the growth, the struggle, the process. That night, he sat by his small desk and made a new plan. This time, he didn't chase trends or shortcuts. He started with something he truly loved: designing handmade notebooks. As a child, he used to decorate old pages with drawings and quotes. He decided to turn that childhood passion into a business. He started small, just 10 notebooks, each one made with care and creativity. He shared them on social media with the tagline, "Dream." write, become. At first, there were no sales. Days turned into weeks. But this time, he didn't quit. He improved the designs, learned about marketing, contacted local stores, and even sold a few at community fairs. Every failure became a teacher, every mistake a lesson. One day, a famous motivational speaker noticed his work online and ordered a bulk of notebooks for an event. Arjun was shocked. His designs were praised, shared, and soon, his little idea turned into a growing brand called Soul Pages. Within 2 years, Arjun's brand became known across the country. His story was featured in magazines, and people began to call him the Notebook Dreamer. But when asked in interviews, "What's the secret to your success?" Arjun always smiled and told them the same story about the old man by the river and the lesson he learned under the cold water. One evening, after many years, Arjun visited Guruji again. The old man was sitting under the same tree, sipping tea. His beard had turned whiter, and his hands shook slightly, but his eyes were still as calm as ever. Arjun bowed deeply and said, "Guruji, I came to thank you. You gave me the secret to success." Guruji smiled faintly. "No, my boy, I only showed you where to look. You found it yourself." They sat in silence, watching the sunset melt into the river. After a while, Guruji spoke again. "Do you know, Arjun, what most people get wrong about success?" Arjun looked at him curiously. "They think it's about reaching a destination," the old man said. "But it's not. It's about becoming the kind of person who can reach it. Someone with discipline, patience, and hunger. Success doesn't come from what you do once. It comes from what you do every single day." Arjun nodded slowly. He finally understood. Years passed, and Arjun became a mentor to many young dreamers. He told them stories, not about money or fame, but about mindset and persistence. He often said, "When you truly want something, the universe tests you, it gives you challenges, not rewards. If you survive the tests, you earn the prize." One of his students, a girl named Mira, asked him one day, "Sir, what if I fail again and again? Doesn't that mean I'm not meant for success?" Arjun smiled. "Failure doesn't mean you're not meant for success. It means success is training you to be ready." Those words stayed with her forever. As Arjun grew older, he realized the truth that Guruji had hinted at long ago: success is not a moment, it's a mindset. It's not about being lucky, it's about being relentless. He remembered all those lonely nights when he doubted himself, all the tears and exhaustion. But now, looking back, he wouldn't erase a single failure. Each one had carved a piece of strength into him. One day, while visiting the same river where it all began, he wrote a message on the sand. "The secret to success is not found in books or in others. It is hidden in your own desire to rise every time you fall." As the waves slowly erased his words, Arjun smiled. The river had once almost drowned him, but now it reflected his success. He whispered softly to himself, "Thank you, Guruji." That night, back at his home, he began writing a book. Its title, The Secret to Success. The first chapter started with these lines: "When you want success as badly as you want to breathe, you'll find it. But to keep it, you must love the struggle that builds it." The book became an inspiration to millions. People from all walks of life, students, workers, entrepreneurs, found hope in his story. But for Arjun, the real success was not fame or wealth. It was the peace of knowing that he had discovered life's truest lesson, that success is not about reaching the top, but about never stopping the climb. And so, the Wordy Tales ends with this timeless truth. The secret to success is not luck, talent, or chance. It is consistency, hunger, and belief. When your purpose becomes stronger than your excuses, and your effort becomes greater than your fear, success is no longer a dream. It becomes your reality. Moral of the story: the true secret to success lies not in shortcuts, but in the strength to keep moving when everything seems impossible.